Hi, I'm Peter J. Ray. Welcome to Adventures in History. Today's topic is Zuck Family Letters, 1962 to 1965. This was originally published as Zuck Family Memories Collection, or ZFMC, number 50, on June 6, 1997. And these are letters from Helen Lacey, my father's mother's sister, Lena Hecker Zuck, my father's mother's mother, Gertrude Zuck Ray, my father's mother, and Doran Ray, my father's father. Christmas 1965. Dear John and Ruth, this first letter is from Helen Lacey. I know that your Christmas will be brimming with joy and blessings, as were the few days we spent with you and your lovely children. My grandchildren out here are precious, each completely different and quite handsome. She's writing from California. They just enjoyed the experience of 6 beautiful puppies being born to their dog, Cinder. People love animals so out here, and they seem to be a part of their way of life. I love the climate, the flowers and trees and birds are unbelievable, but I also miss many things one loves in the East. Oberlin and its rich experiences is a little hard to get over, but we'll see. Christmas joy to you all. Love, Helen Lacey. Actually, she had moved to California, then moved back to Oberlin, Ohio. And the next letter is from Lena Hecker Zuck, my dad's mom's mom. 373 Windsor Street, Marion, Ohio, Saturday, April 28th, 1962. Dear John and Ruth, what a beautiful array of flowers I had for Easter. I never saw a lovelier Easter lily than the one you sent. It had 12 blossoms and was just gorgeous. The nice part about it is that I can set it out in the garden, and it will bloom again in August. Thank you very much. Spring really arrived in a hurry. The foliage and flowers are just bursting forth. We do need rain, however. I expect to be in Sandusky with your mother and father next week, so perhaps I shall get to see you all. I have been alone for a month, and I'm getting along fine. Aunt Sue continues about the same. She is in her wheelchair several hours each day. It would be so nice if you all could come to Marion and spend a weekend with me. I'd love to have you. Thanks again for your kindness to me. With lots of love to all, Grandma Zuck. And the next letter is from Gertrude Zuck Ray, my father's mother. Wednesday, April 21, 1963. Dear folks, so glad to get Ruth's note in time for the Mike Douglas show this noon. Pamela did just fine. I wouldn't have missed it for anything. We had dinner in the living room, so we would be near to see her, but Doran had to go back to work before she came on. Pam did have a lot of poise, looked so cute when she walked off. The profile close-up of her at the end was the typical unspoiled little girl. Virginia Graham said that she was pretty nice, too. This has really been Pam's red letter summer, hasn't it? Just minutes after tuning in a close-up of Connie, Steve, and part of Helen came on. I was so amazed, hadn't expected that. Steve was squarely in the middle of the screen, fine and clear. Why be made up when such good pictures come on without makeup? We were so glad to have you all here Saturday and to have Mary Jane to Sandusky. I know Mother enjoyed having you Sunday, and if Lenore and Dale are in Marion now, they will enjoy Mary Jane too. Thanks for both your notes, and Pam, we are really proud of you. We'll see you in Lakeside a week from Saturday noon. Love, Mother. And the next letter is from Doran Ray, my father's father. October 8th, 1963. Dear folks, thanks for the golf balls. They are always most welcome and thoroughly appreciated. The weather has been fine for golf, and needless to say, I've been taking advantage of it. I had a 44 on Saturday, but had some pretty lucky shots, so I felt I didn't really deserve it. Sunday was quite an interesting day. Carol and Dave still had the turkey they got from the foundry last Christmas, so they gave it to us for my birthday dinner, and of course came over to help us eat it. Then about 4 o'clock, Dick and Joan dropped in. They had been over to see Mr. Tracy. So we all sat and watched the Los Angeles Dodgers take care of the New York Yankees and wind up the World Series. After that, we all had lunch together and just about finished off the turkey. All in all, a very nice 65th birthday. Love, Dad. And the next letter is from Gertrude Zuck Ray, my father's mother. And it's a letter to my mother's mother, Gus Smallshaw. October 14th, 1963. Dear Mrs. Smallshaw, Ruth writes that you're home again, and I do hope by this time you are much, much improved. Sometimes these recoveries can be so very slow. Isn't it fine the grandchildren are doing so well in school? Pamela seems to have hit her stride and is such a wonderful little girl. This past summer has been a red-letter season for her. Ruth very generously had me over for a delightful birthday gift recently. A tour of beautiful homes, and the entire day was lovely weather, home tour and good company. Ann Whites was with us. She and Ruth have so much in common, and I think now Ruth would hesitate to leave Rocky River. Ann has been such a wonderful friend. Mother wanted to be remembered to you, and she did appreciate the card you sent after my sister Mary's death. It has been a difficult time for Mother, but she does seem to be in pretty good health now. Was 93 recently. She continues in her own home in Marion, Ohio, under the watchful, loving care of my sister Lenore. We get down about once a month. The weather has been so lovely this fall, warm and dry. We do need rain now, though. Every good day means that much less winter. Our best to you and Mr. Smallshaw, Gertrude Ray. And the next letter is from Gertrude Zuck Ray. Monday, December 28th, 1964. Dear folks, it was wonderful having all of you here. Mother did enjoy it. And thanks, too, for the many nice gifts. You see the stationery is being put to good use already. Yesterday afternoon, Mother didn't feel at all good. Started vomiting, chest congestion, abdominal pain. We had the doctor, and she has really had a time. I was up and down with her most of the night, and she has been in bed all day. She must have gotten a bug, and it is having to run its course. I think she did eat a little more than usual over Christmas, but this upset it more than that. There seems to be quite a bit of it around. Dick and Doran watched the football game yesterday, and were much more comfortable than if they had been at the game. It really was a great day for the Cleveland Browns. Editor's note: I believe Grandma Ray is referring to the Cleveland Browns winning the 1964 championship in Cleveland Municipal Stadium, defeating the Baltimore Colts 27-0, the last title for the Cleveland Browns. Joan and the children didn't come. It was a flying visit, for Dick wanted to get home for evening dinner. Tell Peter Grandpa does like the back scratcher. Wherever did you find it? May the new year be good to all of you. Love, Mother. And the next letter is from Gertrude Zuck Ray. 1407 Marlborough Street, Sandusky, Ohio. January 3rd, 1965. Dear folks, for the lovely letters and pictures, thanks so much. Such perfect letters for school children. I know they took time to write them. Grandma is bedfast all the time and so very weak. The doctor has been here 3 times. What this is hard to say for sure. She had no cold with it. Dr. Parker classified it as an acute thing. We are planning to keep her here as long as possible, have a system worked out for her. Doran is a wonderful help, and the disc is definitely better, so things are going along pretty good. You remember, Grandma was in a sad condition when she came, so we can't expect too much at age 94. It's sort of amazing she did so well at those weeks after she came. She loved having you all here for Christmas. I think she is quite ready to go from the talks we have had, and her mind is so clear considering everything. Ruth, you particularly were so nice to her, and do live and act with such grace. Don't feel too badly. Maybe it's something that is quiescent, then flares up from time to time with Grandma. Love to you all, Mother. And the next letter is from Gertrude Zuck Ray. 1407 Marlborough Street, Sandusky, Ohio, Thursday, January 7th, 1965. Dear folks, Ruth's good letter and the tea came. We'll surely see if Mother can take it. So sorry you have had so much illness, and hope all are better. So far, Doran and I are getting along pretty good. He's fine help when he is home. If I get time to rest in between all the activities connected with having a bedfast patient in the house, things go along fairly well. After a thorough examination, the doctor says there is no doubt in his mind that Mother's trouble is carcinoma of the lining of the uterus. The priority now is to keep her as free from pain and comfortable as possible. Lenora was here Tuesday when the doctor was here and knows the situation. For the time being, we plan to go on caring for Mother here. She too knows what the doctor has said and does not want to go to the hospital. So we want to keep everything as quiet as possible here and hope Doran and I can carry on. Love, Mother. P.S. I will write again soon. And the next letter is from Gertrude Zuck Ray. 1407 Marlborough Street, Sandusky, Ohio, January 19th, 1965. Dear folks, I was glad to get Ruth's letter and the one from Mrs. Smallshaw. I do hope you are through with illness for the winter, and suddenly, what winter? You probably have more snow than we do. I have a man on call who does all the snow removal, and he is a real lifesaver. Mother is better, has a fairly good appetite, and is up in a chair some of the time. She still needs round-the-clock call service, for she can't make the bathroom alone. No, the Marion doctor did not find malignancy when he examined Mother last spring. Dr. Parker here is still of the opinion this is carcinoma from the examination he made. However, to confirm it would have meant a trip to the hospital, general anesthetic, and tissue scraping, a real ordeal in Mother's precarious condition. For the present, if she is comfortable, free from pain, and fairly happy, that is what we want to achieve. At age 94, the body can be a real tyrant. Ted, Tommy, Rachel all call on the telephone. Lenora and Edith and Helen Lacey were here, and Fred and Helen too, so her days do have some bright spots. If it's quiet here, Dora and I get along pretty good. Wash on Sunday. I'm a real heathen. Doran does all the shopping. Love, Mother. And the next letter is from Gertrude Zuck Ray. 1407 Marlborough Street, Sandusky, Ohio, Thursday, January 21st, 1965. Dear folks, the pictures and placemat set came this afternoon, and Mother was delighted. It's a real joy to her to get things through the mail. She is downstairs part of the afternoon now and has been eating supper with us in the breakfast nook. Some people Carol knows have taken over Green Tree Inn swimming pool, and Lisa and Kathy were in on a splash party yesterday. They have had good skating too, down at the cave. Have to sweep off the snow first. Lenora and Dale are planning a 6-week world trip, leaving the middle of March. Plan to spend a week in Japan with a friend. She is the one who spent quite a while in Marion, is the sister of one of the men who works at the studio. Doran was at Rotary this noon, had an informative program on the Sino-Soviet situation by one of our high school teachers. Helen Lacey is thinking of building a little home in Oberlin. Think I told you she has sold Lacey Woods. The days are getting longer. Makes us think spring isn't too far away. I planted bulbs out in front and a few in the backyard last fall. We'll be watching hopefully along the 1st of March. Love to all of you, Mother. And the next letter is from Gertrude Zuck Ray. 1407 Marlborough Street, Sandusky, Ohio, Thursday, January 28th, 1965. Dear folks, Helen Lacey's address is 137 Elm Street, Apartment 2B, Oberlin, Ohio. Yes, we've had weather too. The backyard is a shambles. The tree crew is out there this morning, taking down a limb about a foot in diameter, resting on a telephone cable. We're having the big maple at the back of the house removed. It was so damaged. Our lights went off at about 8:30 Saturday night. Had no electricity until late Sunday. Doran got the furnace going with the manual gadget. That helped a lot. We all enjoyed the school pictures of Mark, Pam, and Patty. You should have them soon, for Doran mailed them last night. Mother can do much more for herself now and is starting to enjoy TV and reading her newspaper, etc. She gets really weak by night, though. Nearly fell down walking across the living room last night. I caught her just in time. Carol says President Lyndon Johnson never would have gotten the Great Society off the ground if he hadn't gotten over his cold. Hope you are all well. Love, Mother. And another letter from Gertrude Zuck Ray. 1407 Marlborough Street, Sandusky, Ohio, Friday, February 5th, 1965. Dear Patty, Grandma Zuck wants me to tell you that she did enjoy looking at your excellent school papers. She thinks the napkins are so pretty with all those pink roses, and she uses them when she has her breakfast in bed. Grandma is pretty good now. She dresses and comes downstairs and enjoys reading her Marian newspaper, the New Testament, and magazines. She likes TV too. Some of these days spring will be here, and we will all love seeing the green grass and flowers again. Love to all of you, Grandma Ray. And the last letter is from Gertrude Zuck Ray. 1407 Marlborough Street, Sandusky, Ohio, Tuesday, April 20th, 1965. Dear folks, your lovely Easter lily came last Thursday, and we have been enjoying it this whole weekend. Also John's card and Ruth's letter. Paradise to be revisited. Would have loved to see you all get off the airplane. Was it yesterday? It was a good Easter here in spite of rainy weather. Had the Easter egg hunt in the basement. Tracy got into the swing this year, her basket overflowing. Of course, Dick played bird dog, which helped her considerably. Right now she is on a peak of doing, seems to be advancing so fast. Kathy is to be with us this weekend. Carol and Lisa are going to Rockford, Illinois on an eaglet competition, Carol driving part way, all on the turnpike. We have redone the yard. Since the maple tree has been removed, there is a rose bed back there, a few more trees, and we think it will be an improvement once things get growing. Sorry your mother has been ill, Ruth. The tests for me from the clinic were encouraging. Most of the trouble seems caused by bone deposits, shutting off circulation and muscle spasms. I can do Ted's exercises again, which help. No surgery indicated. Good to have you home again. Love, Mother. Well, that concludes today's presentation of Zuck Family Letters 1962 to 1965. Good luck to you with your efforts in family history. If this interests you, finding, preserving, and sharing old letters, diaries, and photographs, and interviewing elderly relatives while they're alive. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. God bless you. Take care, and I'll see you next time.